بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Alhamdulillah, thumma Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us life for one more day. He has blessed us with this blessing, not because we are more deserving of it than others, not because we have more things pending in our lives than others, but because these opportunities will weigh either in our favor tomorrow or they'll weigh against us tomorrow. That the opportunity to do the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed to us, that He has advised us, that He has presented to us, we should look at it in this way, that every day of my life I failed, today inshallah is an opportunity to succeed. That is why my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me one more day and one more chance. I want us to turn our attention to a very small verse of the Holy Quran this morning. I don't want to take up too much of everyone's time. In Surah number 7, verse number 199, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to do three things. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Khudil af wa'mur bil urf وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Such a beautiful verse. Three small sentences, three simple commands, yet their meaning is great. The application into one's life is profound. The difference between a human and Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghafurur Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of His qualities, the power that He has is to forgive. What is forgiveness? It is when a person does contrary to what they were supposed to, and hence because of it, they receive a fine known as sin. You cross the red light, you get ticket, right? This is the fine. Now, the city, if your case is valid, they won't forgive you, they will pardon you. They will pardon you. But the ability to forgive is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless if you did it deliberately or you did it mistakenly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take this sin, He will remove it, He will tell the angels to wipe it clean, He will tell the creation that where this sin occurred, to forget that it ever occurred. This timeline will be totally erased and delete, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy kicks in, that sayyi'ah is converted into a hasana. Subhanallah. This is called the Ghafurur Rahim. This is Ghafarul Dhunub. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As human beings, we don't have the capacity to forgive. We have the ability, however, to pardon. When a person does wrong to me and they come and ask for forgiveness, it's a word that's used, so we'll stick to it. So it's okay, I forgive you. But did I forget it? Did we wipe the slate clean? Did the people around us forget what happened? Did I take that bad that the person perpetrated on me and made it into good? I don't have the capacity to do that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Khudil af. Just like we hold on to some things in our life, we're holding on to our keys, we're holding on to our cell phone. If we are coming from the grocery stores, we're holding on to our shopping bags. And sometimes the more shopping bags we have in our hand, the more tighter we hold it, because we understand that this is more of a burden. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, as the month of Ramadan is coming, as our lives are trickling away, as our world today is so much, as they say in Urdu, tu meme. You did, he did, she did, this, did, that did. We have the inability in our lives today to find space to pardon someone. Letting it go is not possible. We will fight, and we're determined to fight until we have the last word. This is very scary because life is running from us and we are stuck at a point where we were not supposed to be. One brother came from England to our masjid many years ago and he told us this very good story. He said that in his locality in Preston, I believe, many masajid, mashallah, in England. So one of his good friends, he didn't see him at the masjid anymore. So he went out to find where he was. Why you're not coming to the masjid? He found him standing outside of his house. So he approached him. He said, "Assalamu alaikum, my friend, where are you? Haven't seen you in a while." He said, "Alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine, doing good." He's giving him the cold shoulder. He said, "I don't see you at the masjid." He goes, "I'm not coming to the masjid anymore. I'm done with the masjid." I'm done with the masjid. What happened? I wish we knew we could figure this out. What happened? Such a grievous thing must have happened that you're done with the masjid. He said, "Brother, the other day I was coming into the masjid for the prayer. I was taking my shoe off and a brother came from behind me and pushed me." He said, "Brother, maybe he was running in for salah and he wasn't thinking and he ran into you." He goes, "No. These racist people, no. I'm not going to come to the masjid." See how the mind plays and how shaitan plays the mind. So he pled to him, goes, "Look, I will go ask that brother to come to you and apologize to you so you come to the masjid." But he said, "I don't want to do nothing with the masjid. I'm done." Khair, fine. Many weeks later, he was driving up that road and he saw his friend, the same friend who said, "I'm done," on crutches. So he stopped the car and he said, "Assalamu alaikum, what happened? Are you okay?" He goes, Yeah, I just fell down." He goes, "You fall down and you break your leg? What happened?" So they talked for a bit. He said, "Yeah, I had a fight at work. I had an altercation with someone. It got verbal, then from verbal it became physical. Had a fight, broke my leg." He goes, "So what are you going to do now?" He goes, "Well, right now the doctors are treating. And it's going to take time. Once a cast comes off, I have to go to therapy." He goes, "What are you going to do then?" He goes, "When everything is done, I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work. I will not come to the masjid," he is saying, "because someone pushed me. But I'm going back to work after my leg heals because I need to make money." Understand this point. He has a valid point. He needs to go back to work. No one's saying stay at home and say Allah, Allah, and that's going to come down. But understand how close-minded we have become with one another over small things. It doesn't harm the person who did wrong to us, nor does it harm the person who we did wrong with. Because nowadays we do wrong, we say, "We're not going to forgive you." Acha, what happened there? You're the one who did wrong and you don't want to forgive me now? So this is becoming a very sticky situation in our ummah, from the lowest to the highest level, from individuals to families to communities, and it's killing us. Shaitan wants to divide us. And the best way to divide us is to close our hearts from pardoning one another. The best person in our world is the one who may be the one who was wronged and says, "Sorry, my dear brother, sorry, my dear sister, forgive me, I was wrong." You do not become lower, you don't become weaker, you don't become humiliated if you seek forgiveness. Where has this come in our lives? That if you ask for forgiveness or pardon, you look weak. Learn to seek forgiveness from your wife. Pardon. Learn to seek forgiveness from your children. Learn to seek forgiveness from the person who cleans the street. Learn to seek forgiveness from the janitor who cleans up your workplace. Seek forgiveness from people. I swear by Allah, it's not going to humiliate you. It's only going to raise your rank in honor. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, "Khudil af." Hold on to it. Don't touch it and let it go. Keep it in your hand. Khudil af. Keep it in your hand. Pardon. A quick story comes to mind. Wahshi radiyallahu an. What he did to the uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he was sitting in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Ya Wahshi, how did you kill my uncle?" He was asking in a way like, how did it even come across your mind that you did such a thing? You knew this was my uncle. You knew this was a person so dear to me. But Wahshi, radiallahu anh, took it a bit different. He thought Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is inquiring, tell me, how did you do it? So he started talking. Oh, I was doing this in war, and I jumped up on it, and I killed him. He's talking, right? He's just giving the whole scenario because he thought Rasulullah was saying, tell me the description, while he was asking, like, how? And so when he came out of this phase of that, going into the movie, he was in the movie. And when he came out, he looked at Rasulullah, his eyes were, Rasulullah said, enough. Wahshi, I've pardoned you. But every time I see you, I remember my uncle. Rasulullah ﷺ did not have the power to forgive him, to change his sins into good deeds, but he knew that even Wahshi deserved his pardon. He knew that he could not hold malice in his heart for someone else because it wasn't consuming Wahshi, it was consuming him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the first thing Allah is saying in this verse, brothers and sisters, khudil af. Before Ramadan starts, please, to your most hated enemy, your foe, the person who doesn't speak to you. It might be your own brother or sister. Yes, and it might be your own mother or father. Pick up the phone if they're far. Go to them if they're close by. And say, pardon me, forgive me. Man tawada'a lillahi rafa'ahu Allah. Whoever humbles himself for Allah, Allah will raise him. Number 2, وَأْمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ. And command goodness, piety, positivity, practical actions. What does that mean? Don't go around telling, brother, did you pray your sunnah? Did you read your Quran today? Did you do this? No. وَأْمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ. Through your actions, continue to propagate goodness. Through your actions, demonstrate goodness. Through your demeanor, demonstrate the character of goodness. It is time Muslims become living examples. Inshallah, this afternoon, in our class, we will be discussing just that. I personally don't want to die until I feel my faith. I don't want to walk my faith. I don't want to just live my faith. I don't want to be known just as a Muslim. Because to me, that's a waste of time and it's a waste of life. I want to live my faith, that I feel my faith. In order to feel my faith, I need to live my faith. In order to live my faith, I need to start making adjustments in my life. خُذِ الْعَفْوَ وَأْمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ. Hold firm to pardoning everyone and anyone, and continue living as the example of change that you want to see in your world. If you want to see people stop lying, I have to stop lying. If you want to see people stop cheating, then we have to stop cheating. If you want to see people speaking quietly in the masjid, so I have to speak quietly in the masjid. I have to practice that. وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. The last point. Keep a distance from the ignorant ones. I always forget, was it Imam Malik or Imam Shafi'i rahimahumullah, who said that if I was to debate with an ignorant one, I know I will lose. But if I was to debate with a knowledgeable person, Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah, I have confidence that I'll win. What does this mean? Today we all are fighting to alleviate ignorance from people's mind. I was coming here from the airport, 12:30 at night. And the taxi driver and I were having a good conversation. And he started telling me, for example, you should invest in stocks. I said, why? Stocks are very vulnerable right now. He goes, no. Our president is rich because he invested in stocks. He's a billionaire. He's so rich that he sits at home and he's so bored that he wanted to do something, so he got a job, he became president. I'm listening to him. Because the day he became president, Dow Jones went up 10,000 points. I follow the market. The Dow Jones didn't go up 10,000 points. Since his presidency, he went up 5,000 and it's up and down. But he was talking like he had it down. He had it fact check. Now if I'm going to start debating with him, excuse me, show me the proof. Excuse me, you're wrong. What am I doing? I am wasting my time trying to clean the mind of a person that I will start becoming ignorant myself. Be in circles and in presence of people of knowledge so that your knowledge can increase. Be amongst people that could reinforce the values in your life so those values could increase. Every time we're going out there, brother, or Mr., Sir, John, Bob, Paul, Michael, whatever your name is, Michelle, Jennifer, we're not terrorists. Islam is a good religion. We're just fighting and debating this and trying to change the minds of people. If we practice وَأْمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ, which was to live it, then we didn't have to go keep on talking to the people and trying to convince their minds. وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Don't waste your time. If you follow the prescription to keep your heart and mind clean, and you continue to live the life of Islam that you're supposed to live, not just proclaim, then inshallah ignorance will move from this world. But when you see ignorance on a rise, and you see people that their minds are determined to believe what they're believing, and that you are wrong. In this country we have a divide. Half the country believes in something to death, and the other half of the country believes something to death. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. How can we change it? Politicians who are not meant to change it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends you to this country, in this city, into this part of the world, so that your actions can change it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us to change. Say Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and allow us to pardon others. Say Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to live Islam, not just talk about Islam. Say Ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the examples of true knowledge and goodness and help alleviate ignorance from this world. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother, those who have Quranic studies program, inshallah, remaining time we'll utilize it behind this glass door. We will have a Quranic class, inshallah. Jazakallah.